This first part was quite a simple strategy. If you watch the video, you'll see that I read the title and I see the keywords: extraction, purification, drinking water. And then you'll see me stop reading and just go straight to the picture. But what you can't see is what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is really imagining or checking my own memory to see what I already know about this. And so when I hear extraction and purification of drinking water, first of all, I'm thinking, drinking water. What do I know about drinking water? Well, I know that most of the water in the world is in the ocean, and evaporation from the ocean goes into clouds. The clouds are then blown onto land, and as they climb, that's when they release rain. A lot of the rain goes into rivers and streams, but some of the rain then goes into the earth and forms these big underground pools. So when I'm thinking about drinking water, I'm really thinking of two things. I'm thinking of bottled water and tap water. And when it comes to extracting, this word here, extracting drinking water, I'm really thinking about bottled water. And so what do I know about bottled water? Well, bottled water is this natural water. It comes from these underground sources. And how do we extract it? Everybody knows originally how people used to extract underground water, and that was when looking at this picture I immediately thought of this. So just using this little bit of primary school knowledge, I'm basically able to guess much of what's going on here. I didn't guess number 2. I didn't guess this. I should have been able to guess, because it's this, right? It's water leaking out of the ground. When it comes to the underground water, which is all of this, looking back at my original picture, I also know that this is called an aquifer. So it had me a little bit confused that we had one aquifer here and another aquifer there, but it didn't take much thinking to think, well, this is one kind of aquifer, this is probably a contrasting kind of aquifer. And how do you contrast with unconfined? Well, that's quite simple. It's just confined, isn't it? Confined is the opposite of unconfined. So that was an easy one. The next question asked me, what does this look like? And well, of course it looks like a fountain. So I thought that one was particularly easy to guess. And so the only real tricky one was this. But again, my knowledge of very basic things about the world, like how do we move water, would tell me, well, okay, we've got a well, we've got a fountain, what other things do you know? And so this one was a complete guess, but pump seemed reasonable. And notice now the answers are very easy, because now I'm looking for a well, and that comes up very quickly. Then number 3, I'm looking for an aquifer, and that comes up here. Number 4, I'm looking for a fountain, and that comes up down here. Number 5, I'm looking for a pump, and so it's really only number 2 which I'm looking for. I need to look somewhere between these two, because question 1 is here, 3 is here, 4 is here, and 5 is here. Number 2 must be in between here somewhere, our natural spring. So this method of reading doesn't involve much reading at all, but is actually probably one of the most natural things, or natural ways to read, that you are building an image of something in your mind, and as you read, you are confirming, you're checking and confirming what you know. And this process is called top-down, that you begin with the image in your mind, and then you look for, I guess, with your eyes, and then you check the words to make sure that your ideas are correct. So every time you read a word, you're comparing it to your picture. You read another word, you're comparing it with your picture. And this is what we call top-down reading.